Hello, Charlie at Gnome Tactical. Going to do a little reloading today. My friend Gary Parker was wanting to get into reloading, and he said, "What do you use?" And I said, "Well, I'll make a little YouTube video and show you what I use." I use a Lee 4-turnip press. I like this one. It's simple. It's easy. It's easy to set up, which really makes that a huge benefit for someone with not a lot of time and wants to do reloading, kind of like this guy. First, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor for this video today, a good friend of mine, Clay at On Target Supply. I mean, he's got ammo, he's got hard to find ammo, magazines, optics, bags, accessories, anything you need as far as the ammo you put in the gun, an optic to put on it. He's the guy you need to get a hold of. I'll leave a link to his email address down in the description if you need some ammo. He's your guy. He's got, I know he's got 7.62 by 39, 5.56. He's got 30-06, 30-30. A lot of the hard to find stuff right now for us hunters and Second Amendment people that like to go out to the range and shoot a little bit. Anyway, back to this. Like I said, it's easy to set up. I like it, and what I like about it, and of course, Hornady has a version of this. Almost every reloader does. It's just really nice to be able to take this little disc. You put your dies in it, and this one's 45 ACP, and it stays 45 ACP. Basically, you rotate this disc, pull it out, put your ammo or your powder hopper on top of this die right here so you can load each cartridge as you rotate the turret, which we'll do here in just a second. And you want to switch back to 9mm, pop it out, pop the other one back in, adjust your overall length for your bullet and your crimp, and you're running 9mm again. It's very simple. I enjoy it. A little bit of disclosure. What do I have as far as a relationship with Lee? At this moment, not a damn thing. They don't know I'm alive. They don't know I use their products, but I enjoy their products, and they make a nice product for somebody who wants to get into reloading and they don't want to break the bank. I have two of these. I have one on another stand that's kind of out of camera. My wife uses it. We get out here and we'll put a movie on TV and reload freedom. Like I said, it's pretty simple to use. I mean, basically 4 pulls, you make a bullet. Like, grab your little brass casing, slide it in your brass holder, come up, you deprime it, you resize your casing on the first pull, you bring it all the way down, put your primer in it right before you get down to the bottom of it, prime your new casing, you go back up, and this charges the powder and swedges the casing for your bullet. And of course, you can also feel if it splits. I can tell by the way the bullet feels when it splits. I've reloaded enough. I know when it gets real easy and that resistance just goes completely away that I've split a casing. And what I like about it is, like I said, it charges my powder into the shell, and I know that it is 4.0 because I have loaded with this quite a bit. And that's where I want these bullets I'm going to load, which today is kind of hard to see. I'll see if I can hold the whole thing up. I've got some these are 124 grain jacketed hollow points. I got those from Midway. Again, they don't know I'm alive. They don't know who I am. But I like buying bullets from them because these are blims, and I got them at 18 cents a projectile, which is pretty good considering that some of the ammo prices these, of 9mm. Real good jacketed hollow point, 124 grain. We got it set up for our overall case length of 1.060. See where we're at with our calipers, and we are at, I don't know if you can focus in on that, 1.060, right where we want to be. That tells me that when I'm done with this bullet with the powder load we're using, and we're using Tight Group powder from Hodgdon, or however you say the name, I'm not 100% sure about that, but I enjoy their powder. This one gives me a real good consistent load. I don't get a lot of dirt into my weapon as far as unburnt powder. So one thing I like about reloading is you control your powder charge. The low end on this actual round is 3.6 and the high end is 4.2. I usually set it about 4.0, and with that we'll get right at 1100 feet per second. As far as, you know, a defense round and a hollow point, we don't want to over penetrate, we don't want to fly through. Hopefully you never have to be in that situation, but it gives you a consistent grouping, and that's what I like, is that yes, you can pull your powder back and you lose some of those feet per second and however you want to do it, but this is how I load mine and I enjoy it. But we'll make a bullet real quick. We already got a powder in here. We'll take the projectile, set it in your swedge and seat. Of course, since I have to bring it back down so it rotates, and this is going to seat our bullet in the depth we want it. We rotate it again and we get our crimp. And I like the Lee dies because you get that factory crimp die. I really enjoy it, and you get basically a bullet that looks like you went and bought it with a good crimp. It's going to feed and run just fine in your firearm. And there we did. We made a bullet. We'll make another one real quick without stopping through the process. You can see about how quick you can make a bullet. Like I said, every 4 pulls of the bullet. Just de-primed it and resize the case back to factory size, because there is some expanding in a 9mm, not a lot, but a little bit. We go back up, we get our powder charge. I didn't feel any freedom of the resistance, and I always just kind of run a finger over it and I look down there to make sure we got powder, and then we seat it, crimp it, and there we go. We've made 2 bullets. I enjoy reloading. It's therapeutic for me. It lets me come out here, I'll put on some music or a movie, decompress, reload a few hundred rounds. Typically I can reload 500 rounds in about 3 hours, because I touch each round, I put each primer in, I make sure every casing has powder. About every 10th round I'll check the length of it. I've got a Hornady powder dispenser that I use a scale to make sure that I'm right at that 4.0. Sometimes you'll get a 3.9 or a 4.1, but consistently it's pretty well 4.0, which is really important, because when you get into shooting, you want consistency. And if you, let's say you shoot a bunch of target loads of 125 grains as far as projectile, and your powder charge is like 3.2 or 3.3, that lower end of the scale, then you ramp it up to, 4.0 as far as your powder charge, and that gives you more recoil, of course, and the gun gets a little bit snappier, and you lose that muscle memory on as far as shooting, and that's really important. You can also, what I like is, I find a powder I like that doesn't gum up and dirty my weapon as much, so I can shoot it longer without cleaning. And you control every aspect of your bullet. If you want to make the charge a little less because to you the gun's too snappy, well, you can back it back down, because Lee has these little orifice round blocks that control your powder charges, and it, due to the size of the orifice, when it drags across and drops the powder in, controls how much goes in there. They just make it very simple and very easy to reload, and it is fun to reload. I mean, I know people that have Dillon presses, and I'll watch them spend an hour and 45 minutes to set it up, and they reload a lot faster now. There is some drawbacks to doing everything by hand. It takes you longer, to where one of the more expensive Dillon presses will, after you get it set up, will load you 1,000 rounds in, I don't know, I think it's like 30 minutes, if that long. But I like touching the bullet. I like the hands-on aspect of it. Now I've got Federal primers, I've got my brass. I go to the range and shoot. Of course I police my brass so I can reload it. And that's something else. Controlling your powder charge allows you to reload that 9mm casing a couple more times if you max it out. On defense ammo, I get pretty close to the other end of the spectrum. And then, of course, I have my defense ammo, which you don't take to the range, so therefore it's a little bit more expensive to load, and you just put it up and hang on to it until the day you need it. Hopefully you never need it as far as defense ammo. And sometimes I would take it out to the range and run it. I'll run 2 or 3 magazines of it just to make sure the consistency's there, the quality's there as far as my pistol behaving the way I think it should. And it just helps you gauge what you need to know. I will say, knock on wood, I've been reloading about 3.5, 4 years now, and I've never had a case not fire or a primer not work, or basically I've been lucky, and everything I've loaded is shot for me. I do not sell my bullets to anybody that I reload. I will not sell them to you. I do not want to be in the manufacturing side. I reload these for me, and I'm putting out this video to hopefully help you get into it and see what you want to go with. As far as, like I said, I like the Lee. I've got 2 of them. You know, you might like a Hornady. Hornady has pretty much the same style. They try to make it easy to switch in and out of, different calibers. Like, I have this one's 9mm, this one's 45. I have another one that's set up for 40, and I have a brand new disc and a brand new set of dies that we're going to set up in another video for 223. Now that is the only rifle cartridge that I will probably ever load on this style. I do have a single stage, one pull, one, you have to do multiple stages to create a bullet, because when you get a precision rifle, then that's a whole different ball game, and we'll do one of those videos a little bit later down the line. I need to start loading some 308. I've got everything to do it. I just need to get off my ass and get to it, as they say. But I hope this helps Gary make a decision. It's so easy to load 9mm, 40, 45, unless you're going to go shoot a competition, and I have helped people with that as far as coming up with a load. And that's when you get all the cases the same length, and you make sure the powder measure is exact, and because consistency wins. You wouldn't think it would be that much if you're running and you're shooting a 3-gun and you're plinking with it, and all of a sudden you have a load that you're consistently shooting 4.0 as far as your powder charge, and all of a sudden you have one that was loaded at 3.2. That little hiccup and hesitation is going to cost you a few seconds, and time wins. Time always wins. It's the one thing we can never get out of. We barter our entire life with what we're going to do with the time we have left in our life. So get out, enjoy something. Your freedom to reload, your freedom to make a bullet, freedom to go shoot said bullet, or take a drive through the country with your family. Everybody get a camera and go photograph the world and where you went on that day. It's that way, and make a collection of it. Everybody get a camera, shoot what they see, and at the end of the day when you get home, play it on your big screen TV, because almost every TV now has an SD card slot. You can just pop one in and see what everybody saw differently about the trip that you went on, because the camera will take a picture of what you're looking at, and everybody sees it differently. But get out and enjoy yourself. Go have fun, because you never know when life gets very serious and that fun is no longer an option. Please try to get out and enjoy yourself. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Love y'all very much. Please like and subscribe, as I'm trying to get this channel going. I know the videos right now aren't like they should be. I'm hoping they get better. And so like I said, get out, enjoy life, enjoy freedom. Thank you guys again for coming, watching, liking, subscribing. Like I said, get a hold of Clay if you need some ammo. He's right here in Portsmouth, Arkansas, and he's a wonderful guy to talk to, deal with. He's got some good stories. We all got a few good stories about guns in the community and what we do. So get out, enjoy yourself, have a great day. It's a beautiful weekend. Go have some fun. Take it easy.